All right, going.
All right. Hello, everyone. This is the hub for us, the marathoners. Maybe some of you know us, a couple of you, maybe. Every year we get together and we do a Final Fantasy marathon where Final Fantasy 1 through 16 are all played in the same room over a weekend with a goal to beat all of them together. So, yeah, we really do cram 16 people into one place in the same room for a whole weekend. This is going to be our new hub. We'll start with introductions. My name's Gabe. I have the YouTube channel Optimistic Quest, where we typically stream the marathons, and we did do a few kind of like podcast test episodes last year. But this is going to be the new channel for all of that. So, yeah. Ross, you want to go next?
So I'm Ross, and my handles are like Ross Play Games. I think what all would be of interest to share. Like I play a lot of FF14. I have some like weird records in FF9 that aren't like that like aren't like official or anything. Um, I play a lot of JRPGs and visual novels. I guess that's really all I have to share about that.
Right on. Tim, we go next.
Sure. Name's Tim. Play a ton of RPGs. Always have. My handle is Timinant. Um, I just kind of started streaming recently. Play a lot of FF11, FF14. I pretty much play any video game you put in front of me. So yeah,
Anything?
I'll play any game.
Even
Okay.
playing with the Puyus.
I'll even play Final Fantasy 13.
Oh, don't start with that. Come on.
Man, haven't even
All
made it
right.
like 3 minutes in. We're already
I
trashing
know. It's
13.
like we might as well just uh, throw that out there. I am a. I would consider myself a huge fan of Final Fantasy 13. I think it's great. I think it's super underrated and underappreciated. I think it came out at a time where the gaming industry was flocking to Western stuff. FF13 did not fit in at the time, but I think it was a bold AAA game for that came out in the midst of a bunch of Western influenced stuff. So I think it's aged very well, to be honest. But the joke is that no one else likes Final Fantasy 13 except me.
well, well, my name's Brandon. I go by On the Loose, and actually, I just beat Final Fantasy 13 for the first time. Like, was it a month ago, maybe? And I liked it a lot more than I thought I would. After I finally figured out how that stupid battle system works, it actually gets kind of cool. And then I want to
Oh yeah,
100% it because that's what you do when you play Final Fantasy for some reason. You want to get everything. It's a weird addiction. But yeah, I've been playing games for since I was little. I first played Final Fantasy. I think 6 was my first one, but 3, in America. And I will not play any game you put in front of me. I'm very picky.
so you would play playing with the Puyas.
Oh, I still play that. Yeah, yeah, that's fine. That's approved.
Ross, how about you tell the story of
Oh
playing
yeah,
with the
there was like this Wii game. It was like a demo. It was like a children's educational game called Playing with the Puyus, and for whatever reason, like I was playing it, and the way that it was just so fail free that like I kind of got sick from it and got a headache and I threw up. I don't know how that happened, but that happened.
Puyas. I got a huge headache too. So it was just like this strange effect where you got really sick and my head was killing me after you played it. I don't know.
Dang.
really happen. So if anyone acts out of line at the marathons, they should have to play with the Puyus for
Oh my gosh.
an hour in the corner. Well, anyway, so I know this is our first episode, but we just had some gaming events this past week. Summer Game Fest 2025, as well as the Sony State of Play and the Xbox showcase. It's been a drought for so long with Final Fantasy news, and we finally got some stuff to talk about this past week. But since the Sony showcase was first, how about we talk about that first? Tim, you want to share your thoughts?
For the Sony State of Play.
Yeah.
So big game for me. That it was great. I thought it was one of the better State of Plays we've had. For me, one of the big titles, of course, was Final Fantasy Tactics Remastered. Okay, Over the Moon. It's my second favorite Final Fantasy, and I've wanted it remastered and brought to current platforms for years upon years. Um, with that excitement, I'm still very excited. There are some things that did concern me, and I'm still kind of concerned about. Um, I know they're remastering the original from 1997, which was an amazing game. But the War of the Lions edition, I feel, had more content and stuff that if that's not going to be included in this remaster, like two-player characters that are in the game, uh, jobs, stuff, story details like side stories that they won't have. So, we don't have enough details, and regardless of what is or is not included in it, I'm still super happy and over the moon, excited that it's being remastered. I'm going to play it a million times and probably on every platform you can buy it on. But I do really hope that they add some content in there that was not in the original, like jobs, characters, stuff like that. So,
You
I
think
know
that'll?
that. Oh, what's that?
You think they'll have Clive in it?
That's the rumor that I'm hearing. That's the rumor that I'm hearing that people are like, well, if he's doing the voice of Dice Dog, then there's a chance that they've added him in there because they said that they added stories, scenarios, side stories, and additions to the main story. So I wouldn't be surprised if they added him.
That'd be a
And I
missed
think that'd be really
opportunity, I
cool.
think.
Absolutely. Well, and I think that I love that you said it that way because I think it is a missed opportunity if they don't add jobs to the game. Because in the original, I checked every enemy, every human like character. I checked their jobs every single time, and they had a rune knight in it. Your brother Zalbak. Every character had their own like unique job. And there's so many jobs you don't get in the game that are playable that exist in that game that have full animations. I think it would be such a missed opportunity to say, "Hey, we've taken those additional jobs and we've made character models for them, like a generic character model that you can now make a character and have that job."
Mhm.
So that to me is the big thing. The other one thing that I was kind of surprised, uh, a little surprised and a little disappointed about is called the Ivalice Chronicles, but it's missing, 3 games. It's missing both of the Tactics Advanced games, which I never played all the way through those, and it's missing Vagrant Story. And I know that all of those are in the same universe. I was kind of hoping that if they remastered it, that they had remastered all of them to some extent, and that they all came in like one collection. But
Maybe
that
they're
didn't happen.
waiting. Maybe they're waiting till technology advances.
Mhm. Well, and they've opened the door for DLC for this game. For technology to advance, you said? No.
Yeah, stupid joke.
Oh, well.
Not one of my best, but I'm glad I started with a weak one.
Uh,
I'm sur-
but
I'm surprised you didn't. Oh, sorry.
oh no, you go for it. What's up?
Surprised you didn't mention like Crystal Defenders or Revenant Wings as well, because I mean, wouldn't
Yeah.
those technically fall under the same like?
See, I never
Yeah,
played Revenant Wings. I never played that game. I did play Crystal Defenders. That's the tower defense game, correct?
I love
Yeah,
that game.
Yeah.
It's
I
way
played that
fun.
on the PS3, was it?
Hmm.
hey, like
Yeah,
Yeah.
during the time when like tower defense was like really big, even though like I never really got into that trend.
I played that
yeah,
game
me
quite a bit,
neither.
I think. But
Yeah, I think it's really fun. Um, I think there's a PS3, 360, and PSP version. Was there a Wii version of Crystal Defenders?
It's
I'm
like
not sure.
was there a Windows Phone one or I know there was a Windows phone version of like I think like FF3 like the 3D version. I think
Yeah,
there was
yeah.
one
There's a
for
Windows
one.
phone of FF1 and FF3. Like the
Hmm.
yeah,
Really weird.
But they've
yeah,
opened Tactics up to DLC though. That you get if you pre-order it, you get new outfit colors for Ramza. And since they can do stuff like that and do updates, they've opened it up to DLC. So I'm kind of excited for the thought of them adding stuff to the game later as well.
it's been forever since I've played Tactics. Probably 20 years. Could you change outfits in that game? Like colored outfits? Hmm. So do you think that'll be a new feature?
I don't
I'm
think you
hoping
could.
so. I
I
mean,
think
if they, oh, what's that, Ross?
didn't it change like by chapter like every chapter like
Ramza,
Ramza would like his appearance would kind of change like a little bit or it was,
yeah, he had a different outfit in every chapter, but in this they showed off different color models of each outfit from each chapter. So you can actively go in and change them. And I think that that would be a cool feature to be able to change your character's, outfits, or like the colors, kind of make each character more unique. So like if you had a knight, that's just your generic character that you made. It'd be cool to have different color schemes for those because they exist in the game. Because in the original, like you go out and you fight different knights and they'd have different colored outfits than you, but you could not do that. And if you recruited one of those characters through like a mediator or something, they change to your color schematic. That is the default. So
Okay. Well, that makes the DLC kind of interesting. How that'll work. I don't know. I mean, I haven't played the game in so long. I barely remember anything at all. I remember when I first played it, I just did not get it. I'd never played a strategy game before. I kept dying. I tried to grind, and then I learned that's a mistake because
in
the
that game it
enemies
is, yeah.
level up too. And I had to have Rick show me how to play it. Uh, Rick is my cousin. He comes to the marathons every year, and he loved tactics as well. But I just did not get it until he showed me. In fact, I played it like when it came out, barely, and then I had to go back like 8 or 9 years later to finish it because I just didn't get it at first. But I remember it being a good game, but I barely remember the story at all. Everybody loves the story, so I'm really excited to play it again and pretty much experience it for the first time because it's been so long. I don't remember it.
Yeah, it's a good one. I think it's my second favorite Final Fantasy. So
I remember when I first met Ross. I feel like you talked about tactics more than anything.
I was like I was like in a I was like I was like a tactics phase that I was in. It was like 2004, 2005.
Yeah, it was 2005 when I met you, but yeah,
Yeah.
you were really into it. Would you do you feel like your feelings on it have changed over the years, Ross, or what do you think?
I mean, it's been so long that since I've played it, but like I know one I'm glad they're adding like a speed up feature because like I feel really bad because like games like Disgaea kind of like spoiled me on like tactical RPGs. like in terms of like I guess like enhancements, because like tactics, I mean, I love it, but it's also it is a very slow game. Like some of the battles can take upwards of an hour.
Hmm.
I do remember that. So that'll definitely be a good game to play with modern systems because of like auto saving and you can just come back to it. You know, Brandon, did you play Tactics?
Not a lot, I won't lie. All my friends always ranted and rave about it, but I think I was in the boat of like, this is slow and not the Final Fantasy I'm used to. But I actually
Yeah.
played more Tactics Advance than I played Tactics, to be honest. But just because of, the ease of a handheld system, take it to your buddy's house, you all play Tactics Advance, so.
Mm-hmm. I did play through Tactics Advance and Tactics Advance 2. I remember liking Tactics Advance 2 better, but I still just don't remember hardly anything about those games. I don't know.
Hmm.
I'm kind of a person that has to play something more than once anyway to like absorb it. I was that way with Final Fantasy 13 also. Don't tell anybody.
Well, that's why I'm going to play through those again to see if my opinion has changed over the years. Because I've only played through 13 once.
Yeah. I can't believe like how pretty it still is.
It's a
I mean,
beautiful,
that
and the
game,
soundtrack is incredible.
yeah, yeah, it's way good. I mean, that game came out in 2009, and it looks like it came out recently. It it looks so good. Anything else from the state of play that you
Um,
guys want to touch on?
well, I think for the most part, the state of play just kind of covered like all the bases, if that makes sense. Like, there's a game kind of for everyone. I was surprised by the Bond game, the random
Hmm.
007 game. Um,
Yeah,
that was just like, okay, I don't know who asked for this, but like it looks cool. But I think for the most part,
yeah,
they're mostly just expanding upon a lot of the franchises that are kind of already out. The individual kind of games, most of them are either those weird challenge games or, Dark Souls. Although Bloodstained does look cool. I still need to play the first one. I do like, Metroidvania esque games, so. But I've never played Bloodstained yet. It looked fun.
I
I
haven't
haven't played
either.
those either.
I played it like 2019 or so.
I played the side game that came out first because that's like my favorite kind of Castlevania anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Is like the just like the side scrolling
Yeah.
kind of person with the whip, not really like the Metroidvania or um, like the RPG
Mm-hmm.
Castlevania. I like more of the stage based, like difficult stuff. So I played that. Actually, I played one and two, and those were fun. But I just never played the main game. Do you think it was good, Roscoe? Because I know you're a Symphony of the Night fan.
Uh, I, I mean, the gameplay is great, and this is gonna sound really shallow, but like I don't like the art style.
Same.
Like it has like this weird like I don't know like the cell shadingness to it, and I'm like it's just not my it's not for me. But at the same time, like gameplay is great,
Mm,
and like the music's awesome. Like
yeah, I remember thinking that same thing when I saw the art style. I'm just kind of like, if I'm gonna have a 2D game, I like the art to be like hand drawn,
Hmm.
or at least the appearance of hand drawn art. There's something about I don't know games like Bloodstained where it's like CG rendered things. It's just like kind of off putting to me, but kind of weird too though. But yeah, I mean, anything else from State of Play you guys want to talk about?
There was one title. It was actually the first thing shown. I love the Tetris effect, and they're doing. I'm probably gonna butcher how it's pronounced. Liminals. Liminals.
Oh
Luminous.
yeah, new one.
Yes, Liminus. There you go. Uh, I love Tetris Effect, and so when they showed that's Tetris affected, You know, that's going to be exciting. So I'll definitely play that. But it really, I really liked kind of everything that was shown at the State of Play. I don't think there was a single game that I'm like, you know, what I wasn't interested at all. I don't think.
I don't even remember.
I remember. I'm not really like a Silent Hill person, but like that Silent Hill.
You look good. F.
That yeah, Silent Hill F. I called it Hilf.
He'll.
Like Silent Hill. Hilf.
Silent Hill.
I guess that's what it's called now.
Yep.
And then like, oh that I'm not a comic book person or a Marvel person or anything, but like that Marvel game by like Arc System Works looks really awesome.
Yeah, that looked really cool. I wish I could. I wish I liked fighting games like I used to. I would play that.
Oh yeah, it looks
Same.
looks like Marvel vs. Capcom 3, but like or 2 on steroids. 'Cause you can have like 4 people at once. It was nuts.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Maximilian Dude was going crazy.
Oh, I
when he saw
believe
that.
it.
Yeah, he's a huge fighting game guy. Was it the State of Play where they announced the Mortal Kombat collection?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Because that's awesome. I mean,
I
I
think
love
that's
the old Mortal Kombat games.
mhm.
So, man, like there's been so many good like collections that have come out in the past several years.
It gives me hope that someday I'll get my Breath of Fire collection.
I think it'll happen because the Suikoden one came out and that was pretty successful, I think.
Oh, it did really well. Yeah.
And
And then
Capcom puts out more collections than anyone, I think.
Oh yeah.
and GOG gave us Breath of Fire 4 like recently.
Wait.
That's true.
What?
Oh. Oh. Okay. God. Okay.
Oh okay.
I don't know why that GOG just sounds hilarious.
I'm just thinking of like, she's my wife. Her name is Lisa. GOG gave her to me.
I wonder if anybody of the two people that watch this are going to understand that reference.
Doyle Davidson. Oh my gosh.
Oh man, yeah, GOG is pretty cool. I you can go in and like
Oh.
pretty much for any game and like request like click to like request having a port on there. So I just went and like clicked on like every like old school RPG I could think of. So um I mean they pay attention to that stuff. I mean especially like I really want them to port just like a lot of games that we didn't get out here, you know,
Oh yeah.
like Bahamut Lagoon and the original uh Live Alive. It's Live Alive, right?
Yeah,
I
Live
used to say
Alive.
Live Alive.
Yeah.
But yeah, just stuff like that. Terranigma would be another good
Oh
one.
yeah. That's a fun game.
That's a good game, yeah.
I think it's terrible.
All right. Well, that was the podcast. Thank you guys for coming. Oh,
Thanks.
I think.
That one was better though than the
Yeah,
last.
yeah. You're slowly working up there.
Yeah. By the time we end this thing, I'm just gonna drop a bomb. On you.
Yeah. Stick to
Just
the
wait
end
for
to
it.
hear Gabe's funny joke. Watch out. It's real funny.
Find it somewhere, hopefully.
Yeah. I think overall state of play is just kind of like it was good. Like you said, like it was every game was just like, oh, this looks cool. This looks fun. But I don't think there was anything that like to me was just like I have to play this no matter what, except for maybe tactics and like a modern system. But
Yeah.
like, yeah, for the most part, it's like, oh, if you know, if this goes on sale, I'll buy it eventually, or I'll try this out. But for the most part, I didn't have anything. I was like, I need it tomorrow, please.
Yeah.
You mean
Tactics was pretty awesome though, because we haven't had any new Final Fantasy announcements forever, and that was the first one we got. So it was just really exciting.
And
you
it
mean
kind of
baby
validates
steps?
the other rumor too.
You mean
What?
baby steps didn't make you laugh so hard that you almost threw up?
I mean, I like those games, but I only play them for about an hour before I'm like throwing the keyboard across the room. So
What's baby steps?
It was
What
that
was
one announcement of that like it was like that really goofy like physics. It was like I guess like really goofy movement game, and this was like with that guy and like the I can't think of what it's like the sleep thing. I can't think of what that's called. Like
the
night
romper.
Oh,
Mhm.
romper. That thing. Yes.
oh yeah.
Yeah. You
I
basically you
tried.
just control this guy's legs with like the trigger buttons and direction. And like it as you could probably assume, they don't work quite as well as you would hope. So, and if you fall all the way back down and start over.
That sounds not fun.
It's
No.
really darn
I
goofy.
mean, I pictured in my head everything you said, and that doesn't sound like something I would like. I do
No,
not
it's
like it
not.
when you have to start over, unless I'm having fun. But I don't know. I'll go back and watch the trailer.
Oh dear.
The demo's on Steam if you want to try it. Like it's
There you go. There's your next video.
pretty
I
dang stupid.
Can you delete stuff from your Steam list?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good, because I don't want to like see that crap in my library, but I'll try it.
Should
Yeah,
we?
there's some games on my Steam list that I don't want to disclose on this thing that are very
Uh-huh.
like I want to remove them.
Yeah. That's
You
fair.
can take. You don't have to talk about it. You can just take a picture and show it next time.
Oh yeah.
It's for show and tell next time.
Ooh, actually, guilty pleasure games would be a really fun
Oh yeah, that would
episode.
be a good topic. Is there...
Roscoe you can have like 75% of the whole
Yeah,
time.
that's gonna be mostly Roscoe's episode.
I don't have a lot of guilt. I don't have guilty pleasures.
I'm not guilty while playing these. I just don't talk about them with other people. I do the same thing. It's okay.
I got a cough. Hold on.
Oh, everyone wait. Gabe's coughing.
I'm back.
Should we move on
I've
to
had
the
a horrible cough for weeks. Yes, let's move on
to
to the Summer Game
Xbox?
Fest, which was
Is it
no
Summer
man,
Game
Summer
Fest?
Game Fest, which was awesome.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
No, Summer Game Fest was hard to get through.
mhm.
2 hours. I don't really remember anything. No. Okay. The Puppet Punch Out game.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
That looks cool because I am a Punch Out fan, and it's like, hey, that's an interesting idea. I'll probably play that.
I
Um,
I love the Muppets like so much, and I was just watching that trailer, and I was just like, wait, how did they animate? Like I was just asking so many questions, like how does this work? What are they doing? And it just
Yeah.
looked so cool. And yeah, I don't care. That game just looks like it's just a good time. It might be able to beat it in a day, but like, who cares? It just looks like stupid fun.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think the
Called
stakes.
title, though.
Box.
I think the stakes of the game looked really funny. Just like it's like if you don't win this, like everybody, like your whole like orphanage for whatever dies.
Sounds like a good story. But what was the title of it? I remember thinking that the title
It's
sound
called Felt That Boxing.
Oh, yeah, I
Yeah.
felt that.
okay. I think that's a bad title. I don't know. Maybe I just don't get it, but
You're just
I
not
just don't-
feeling it.
yeah,
You didn't felt that.
that was a good one. Yeah, that was a good one. I mean,
Nice. All right, and now
Yeah.
it's where we end. Perfect.
Yep.
No, I think
That was it.
honestly, also I liked that. I also thought the Sonic racing game actually looks a little interesting. I do enjoy a good Mario Kart, but I liked how they're introducing a lot more characters, and it looks like they're just gonna keep throwing. It's like they're making the Smash Ultimate of racing games, essentially, where they're just like, "Hey, yeah, sure, you want to be in a video game? Come on in."
Square Enix, you need to do a modern port of Chocobo Racing.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And one
And
that's not GP.
Yeah, not
yeah, not
GP.
Chocobo
So
GP.
bad.
Don't disappoint me like that. Like, I'm a modern FF fan for the most part, but Chocobo GP was a low blow. That was not good. I mean, I had fun, kind of,
For a day.
but it's like it's like walking on the Vegas Strip and everybody's constantly trying to solicit to you and just like, here, take
Yeah.
this, get this. It's like, dude, just leave me alone. Like every time I click on something, they want me to pay. It's like
Yeah.
I already paid $50 for the game. It's like, leave me alone now.
And then the title screen has that music that would probably be used for like interrogation.
I don't remember that. Now I want to boot it up and check it out.
It's the one that like goes through like the character names like Chocobo, Camilla, and Camilla's paw, Atla and Claire, and then there's Ben. Oh my god. Never mind. Forget it.
I do not remember that. That
I don't either.
I remember thinking it was
played
cool you could play as Steiner though. That was cool.
I played it for like a day and I got disappointed and just stopped.
I actually booted it up on the Switch too out of curiosity. It doesn't run much better, but I mean they've made some nice little improvements to it.
The nice little improvements. Does that include not trying to get you to pay for stuff?
Yeah, they got rid of the monetization aspect. Like it's just like a one and done now.
Okay.
Did they do that to the city as well? Like, you can play the game for free, but to get the characters, like you have to buy the characters per character or whatever.
There was a free version that came out later, but the first version was it was just like a standard $60 game or whatever. But they had like tons of outfits for all the characters. So I mean, there was a ton of like DLC and stuff, but
Okay.
there was a free version that came later. Separate trophy sets. The city trophies stink. By the way,
I remember we were boosting them that like back when it came out, and
yeah,
I
forgot
might
about
have
that.
been I might have been like super drunk that night too. I remember that.
Well, I mean, okay, that was another one where I was disappointed. Was Dissidia NT?
I felt like I was getting NTR'd by NT.
I played that with my brother, and he would just like he'd play as Titus and would just kick the blitz ball or do whatever he does with the blitz ball at me repeatedly. And it was annoying.
That sounds like a great time.
Going
Oh
back to the oh sorry.
no, I was just gonna say, what was the Kane Highwind thing that
Yeah.
Square posted? Because I kept thinking, hey, maybe they're gonna do another Dissidia, but what was that about? The Kane Highwind tweet.
I mean to make a reference to another FF core character, I think they were edging us here. And then we got dragooned because we got tactics.
Yeah, that's true. Yep.
That Code Vein 2 in the Summer Games Fest. I really wanted to get interested in that, but I played through the first one. Like I think I don't know if I platinumed it or not, but like, eh, I felt like they were. I don't know. Some of the art style kind of felt like they were like. I know it sounds weird, but I feel like they're kind of copying like Clear Obscure a little bit, like especially with like some of like the face designs and like one character and it looks exactly like Iskia. Like they're like what the heck? What are you guys doing?
I had trouble getting into the first one, so I didn't really care for the second. That wasn't an announcement that like made me happy or anything. I didn't care about it.
I don't even remember.
I remember being like, "Is this gonna be Code Vein 2?" And then like the very beginning of the trailer, and then they're like Code Vein 2, and I'm like, "Oh, damn it!"
Got it. What was that? Uh, Ragdoll physics beat 'em up. The 3D beat 'em up. It was like the bouncer. I remember seeing the trailer and was like, this reminds me of the bouncer because the ragdoll physics. I love that.
Huh.
You guys remember?
I mean, I remember the bouncer, but
Oh,
Great
it
game.
was a
Love
summer
that.
game fest game.
I'm looking through the
It-
list. I don't remember it.
That and the boxing game and the final reveal were the only things I remember being slightly interested in.
Onimusha was a big one for me.
Hmm.
I love Onimusha.
I don't really like it that much. That sucked. That was my worst.
I thought the Atomic Heart game looked very horny. I was like, geez, dudes.
Wow, we just went from A to Z.
I was like wondering like why is this is a very thirsty game. Jeez.
I
I
don't
think
remember seeing a trailer that made me think a game looked horny, but
Well, it was just like remember that one game that came out like a couple years ago. It was like Atomic Heart 1 where it was like there's like these like very curvy robot ladies and they're like jumping like there's like a I don't know, it's very it's a very spicy looking game, but I would try it out eventually, but not for that reason. It just looked very sci-fi and very spicy.
I'll have to go back and look.
I
Is there
did.
anything else before we go to the last one? I mean, the last game talked about in that.
Oh, I mean, I
Uh,
like Scott Pilgrim, but that's just a fun punch 'em game. And then there was the Mecha Break game. I love Mecha game. If it's fast moving Mecha, I'm all about it. Like I love the old Armored Cores. Don't know
oh
if anyone
yeah.
ever played those. They like aren't
Yeah,
like I have almost all of them except for the ones that cost way too much for no reason.
Hmm.
But like those were like kind of fast looking. This looked more like an anime one, so I'm not totally sold on it because I love the customization that Armor Core brought to your character to make everyone a little different. But I'm hoping if it has any sort of system like that, it's gonna be pretty cool. But I think that was about the only thing I was like, cool, let's do it, let's play it.
That did look pretty good. Um, I like scary games, so Ill and Resident Evil 9 were the two that really jumped at me. RE9,
yeah,
I think,
Ill
looked
looked interesting.
it looked wild. I was like, yeah, this is something you play in October, definitely.
Yeah, the Resident Evil 9. That was, I think what they did like 20 minutes before the show ended. That was pretty funny. How they said, "I know you're all waiting for Resident Evil stuff, and just wait patiently until we're ready to announce it." And then in the
I have
same
a
show,
theory.
they announced it.
That
I have a
pissed me
theory about
off.
that. I actually think that they were referring to Resident Evil stuff, that they were referring to the remake of the first game in March. Like potentially announcing that later.
So a remake of the original game or a remake of the remake?
It'd be a remake of the original. Well, I don't know. Probably the original. Because it'd be kind of like RE2 where they take liberties and they change a few things here and there. So it would be potentially a remake of both of them, just kind of combined in a way, I guess. But that's
Hmm.
the only one that hasn't been remade of the old ones. Well, that and five, but five doesn't need it. Five is terrible. So
What about Code Veronica?
What about Survivor?
Oh yeah, yeah. Resident Evil Survivor, man.
was that a first person one? Was that the first person one?
That was like the uh, what is it called? On rails shooter.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
one that came out like the very end of like the PlayStation 1 life cycle.
I
And
remember
it's
that
like an
one.
hour. It's like only an hour long or something. Apparently,
I wish that they'd bring back the Resident Evil. I'm going to call it an MMO, but it was on the PS2 and you could play it online, and you had to play it online with other people to actually win. But each character had their own like set of skills. Like you could play as a little kid, and this little kid could like crawl through, like vent shafts and stuff like that. You had the cop. He could reload guns and do stuff with the weapons. You had a reporter who could pick locks and stuff like that. But you had to have every character to like beat each stage. I liked that concept, but unfortunately, at that time, the PS2, online services weren't like a really big thing. So I would love to go back to see another multiplayer Resident Evil kind of like that. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
They did have that one on the 360, Operation Raccoon City. I never played it.
I don't think I ever played that one.
I'm pretty sure all the servers are shut down, so I don't think you can play it now. But
You might be able to do like a private or like local one, maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
yeah, I'm not a big enough Resident Evil fan to play that, but I do know it exists. But they could do. I mean, they still could do something. Although Capcom doesn't really do. Do they have any live service stuff out right now?
Exo Primal, I think.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Never played it. Never
that.
know.
I haven't played that one.
I mean, I'm a live service aficionado. I should have known that.
I love that Square Enix live service game that they announced. That looked so
Killer in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Killer Inn. Like what the hell are they thinking with that?
That was the biggest ball buster. Everybody's like dying for FF9, and they see Square Enix on the Summer Game Fest list, and they're like, "Oh man, it's coming!" And it was just this live service thing. Oh my gosh! It's things like that where like it's just like, how did Square Enix not like think that through? Where everybody's expecting that, and then they just do that. I mean, they could have. I don't know.
It's just weird to me that Square Enix, like, they're really good at one. I'm going to say this, and I think that they're really good at like one thing. You know what I mean? Like they've got their Dragon Quest games, they've got Final Fantasy. Then they spin off and they do these weird little side projects, and they don't really do well. And then Square Enix gets upset and they push these things so much. Remember that? What was that game where you played as it's like a real life person game. It's like I can't remember, but the main character is deaf, and you go through and you like can't hear anything for like the beginning of the game. Do you
Death
guys remember
Stranding.
what was it called?
Death
Death Stranding.
No.
No.
Oh wait,
No,
no, that's something else. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, well, there was this game, and everyone was really excited, and then they announced this game, and everyone was really disappointed, and the game was absolutely terrible.
Oh,
You
The
know?
Quiet Man, according
The
to
Quiet, there
Wikipedia.
you
Oh,
go.
okay, I remember that now.
I don't remember this at all.
Oh, it was so bad, and you just broke me. You just broke me. Oh my
Sorry.
god.
It has a 28 out of 100 on Metacritic for PS4.
Yeah, like it was like
Dang.
eaten alive. Well,
Oh.
yeah, that's another one. Left Alive was another game Square Enix put out that just
Mhm.
did horribly.
Babylon's
Film
Fall.
Star.
Yeah, yeah.
Babylon's Fall was that live service game that they wanted, and it was supposed to go on for years, and then it bombed. There's another game that
It
I actually
fell.
played it. Oh, what's that?
It fell all right.
Oh yeah.
There's that other game, the girl from New York. I'm like terrible at
Oh,
describing.
Forspoken. I heard that one's actually okay, but like I heard like well, I don't think it's as I think it's kind of like a mid game or whatever. At least,
Yeah.
but it's not as bad as like everybody says it's.
I think the dialogue just being extremely cringy just killed it. It's probably a really fun game.
Yeah.
It's not terrible. Like I played and it's different from the demo. At least I feel like it was because I played the demo, and I was like, man, this demo is terrible. Like I don't even know if I want to get this game. And then I was like, okay, well, it was the demo. I'll get the game. And I started playing it. And I'm like, it's not a terrible game, but it's not a great game either. You know what I mean? And I
Mhm.
could see why people would be like, you spent all this money working on this project. You could have put it into something else that people really wanted. And same thing with Marvel's Avengers. I platinumed that game, and it was not a good game. Like, I basically platinumed it because I love Marvel. So for me, it was just playing through it because it I think it only did anything because it was Marvel. Had it not been Marvel, it would have died. But
Mhm.
just they had so many titles. Oh, what's that other one? I have a sealed copy because it's gonna be worth something someday. It's
Concord?
no, it was made by the guy. No, I tried to get one of
Oh,
those for
Balan Wonderworld?
yeah, Balan Wonderworld.
One guy
Yeah,
who's in prison?
yeah, the guy who made
Yuji
he like
Naka.
what was he? Mega Man? Didn't he do something with
Oh,
Mega Man?
Sonic.
Sonic. That's right, Sonic. But yeah, like that game, it was terrible, absolutely garbage. I have a sealed copy. I'm going to sell it for at least $100,000 later on in life because it's going to be so rare. But yeah, terrible game. But so when you go to these shows, I expect and I want to see like the best that you've got. You know what I mean? Like I'm excited. Final Fantasy 9 remake. I was waiting for it. I was for sure we were going to get something. And you're right. Then it's this hotel clue game. And I'm like, it's coming. It's right after this. And that was literally the only Square Enix for the whole Summer Game Fest.
Yeah.
Well, it is like Clue. Like we got done with a broomstick.
Jesus.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I still, oh man, you guys are killing me. You about killed me, Gabe. I can't stop laughing at what you said.
Death Stranding.
Death Stranding. This needs to happen. Somebody needs to call Kojima and
It's just
Well, I
Death
mean-
Stranding, but he can't hear.
Yeah, you
That's
just
it.
you just put the master volume at 0.
Good luck.
Oh my
Oh.
god. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well-
I did not expect that at all.
Sorry. That's moments of
Oh.
breaking are the best. Roscoe always
Oh,
breaks me at one point in the
Oh,
marathons.
I
yeah.
think he gets
Last
all of us, man.
Well, the last
Team
marathon,
Bronze
we were
asshole.
yes.
Oh, you
I
were
think
you
that
were
was the
killing
best
me the
moment.
last one.
I think that was the best moment of the last marathon, for
Oh.
sure. But I mean, we were just setting up, and he killed me. Well, when we were moving that couch and we saw that cockroach, and I was like, "Hey, look, it's a cockroach!" And Brendan was just like offended. Not Brandon, but Brendan.
Yeah.
He was just like, "That's not a cockroach." Okay. Then Ross.
I don't know why I was like it's a dick roach.
And I just died laughing. I mean, I'm a grown man, I promise. But it was amazing.
Oh yeah. All those dumb
So,
jokes we get and make up for the marathons are always so funny.
yeah. I mean, those were the best moments, to be honest. I mean, as awesome as it may sound to just be in a room with 16 people playing Final Fantasy for 3 days straight, it's not as fun as you think in your head. That part of it.
You mean
But
being
the
in a room with
joke,
15 sweaty dudes and one girl isn't the worst
Yeah.
thing in the world? What?
And like all the sounds are going all at once.
Yeah, no one's wearing headphones?
It's just like
you know, You can always tell what David is playing though.
Oh my gosh,
because
yeah. He's always
his
screaming.
TV his TV is way louder than everyone else. So he played 16 in the last one. You could hear was constantly. Clive just groaning.
Oh, it's funny.
Speaking of Clive groaning, the Xbox showcase.
Oh yeah.
Good segue.
I was thrilled. That's something I've wanted for a while. It's like just put FF on everything. Quit with these exclusivity deals. Like in this day and age, it makes no sense for a third party developer like Square to have console exclusive games. That makes no sense at
Yeah.
all. I think if you have hardware like Microsoft or Sony, you should have exclusive games because you want people to buy your hardware. But a third party developer like Square, that's dumb to me. And now that like you can put anything anywhere now, I like Square's new um, strategy where they're gonna port all their games everywhere except Bravely Default.
I've seen
I wanna-
the same.
Apparently.
I wonder if that one was like. I wonder if that one was like when they were like, "Oh crap, we still have to do this one, but this is our last one."
Yeah, Nintendo's like, you're not gonna put it anywhere except ours, so we can keep it at max price for
Oh.
decades.
Yeah, I hope it had only like a year contract. That's what it seems like. It's always about a year, maybe two after, and then it can finally be released everywhere else.
I hope so.
We still haven't gotten Triangle Strategy on any other
Oh
console.
yeah.
Still on Nintendo. And that's
Really?
a
Wait, isn't it
really
on
good
Steam?
game.
I thought it came to other stuff.
I'm not sure if it's on Steam. I know it's not on PlayStation.
Huh.
Let me check Steam real quick.
I thought it had. Interesting.
Triangle, yeah,
Yeah.
Steam. Yeah, Steam and Switch. That's it. Maybe Windows.
Square
Oh,
put
it's
the
on the
Quiet
Meta
Man
Quest too.
on put the Quiet Man on everything. That's all I want.
all I
Just
want.
do it.
I want to play Quiet Man on my phone with
Yeah.
ads.
Yeah, do a free to play Quiet Man, and I will support it.
Oh my god. I
You
played
hear
that
us,
game.
Square?
It's terrible.
Can you make a collection of all the games that didn't do so hot and just put them all together for me?
The Square garbage collection.
But see,
Call
you
it
know what?
Square's Enix.
There'd be some games in that though that I actually like the Bouncer. You brought that up earlier. I loved that game.
Yeah, the Bouncer's fun. I was talking about all the stuff we just talked about. Quiet Man, Left Alive, Babylon's Fall,
Oh yeah.
Foam Stars.
Oh, Phone
I don't-
Star.
Foam
I think
Stars
Forspoken
sucks.
is like steps above what we're talking about. But yeah, back to the point. FF16 and the Final Fantasy VII Remake finally on Xbox. Which now this is weird. There are two strange facts with this now. Like modern Xbox platform is the only console where you can play every single player mainline Final Fantasy now, which is weird.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the first platform to have a trophy or achievement set for every mainline Final Fantasy game. Just Xbox in general. Because the 360 had a FF11 set.
I know.
It's really weird. Really weird fact. Because you would think that they would be the last.
Yeah, with just now getting 16.
Yeah, and they got 1 through 6
Yeah.
just like 6 months ago or something.
They're
Back
they're
in-
on sale right now too. You can get the whole bundle on sale on Xbox right now. It's like $45 or something.
Good.
Good deal. That's a really good deal.
No excuse, Xbox gamers. Go get all those achievements.
Yeah. So, yeah, if you are on Xbox and you ever played FF, then just go give it a try.
That's always a good question. If you had someone new to FF, what game would you recommend to play first?
What are, what are the chances that somebody that would actually be watching this would be an Xbox exclusive gamer, just
And
watching a
a
mostly
random Final
RPG?
Fantasy.
Yeah.
Hey, these
So what I
nerds are
said,
talking about RPGs. You wonder what it's about.
yeah. So what I said is going to fall on deaf ears.
Cool. But your opinion still matters, and we care about you, even if it's wrong.
Yeah. Thank you. I will shut up now.
No. Oh, I was curious. I think everyone
Wait,
has
what'd
a
you ask?
different.
Sorry.
If you had a new player, if your new player is being introduced to Final Fantasy, which one would you recommend? They like start
Play
with.
the first one and go from there.
You'd be like playing chronological order.
Yeah. See the natural evolution of the series. That's what I would say. But if you don't want to do that, just play whatever and don't fall for the gatekeeping.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just find like what looks interesting to you.
That link that Square Enix has on their website, the one to get newcomers to decide which one they want to start with, that's a really cool page, actually.
Oh, I've never seen it.
Because it just kind of gives like the benefit of each game if it's like if you play it first.
Oh.
It's pretty cool. What would you guys say?
It's tough.
I wouldn't want to go past the first 6, I don't think, because once you get to like 7 and on, that's when they kind of went with kind of different strategies for a lot of different things. Like I feel like you can sit down and play 1 through 6 pretty simply individually. They all have little quirks, but once you get to like 7, 8, 9, 10, so on, then it starts getting a little more intense with certain like systems, I guess you could say. And like personally, I think 6 is a great starting point because it has like the killer story, and it's got like a weird system to it with the espers and all that, but it's not overly complicated to figure out. Whereas like if you want to throw in someone 5, that just might be a decision overload. But I don't know. I like 6 a lot, and I think the story alone can carry it.
Oh, absolutely.
Or everyone should just start with 2 on the NES.
Yeah,
No.
play the NES version of 2 first.
Just go cry.
Or FF11.
Hey, just play 11.
Yeah.
Tim's
Just do
like,
the whole
yeah.
like account creation process too.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That actually happened. And Brandon,
Yeah.
you remember Rylan,
Yeah,
who we worked with?
Yeah.
Okay, I was talking to him about Final Fantasy. He'd never played one. So he went home that night and he came back the next day and he's like, dude, like
Oh no.
this was stupid. He's like, I just decided to pick a random Final Fantasy game. He picked 11. And he's like getting it set up was the worst experience I've ever had in my life. And then he just quit.
I don't blame him at all.
Yeah.
That is the gatekeeper of getting into a really cool game. You think that by now Square Enix would have updated it even a little bit?
No, it's still terrible. They'll never fix that.
I know this sounds weird, but I'd probably be sad if they fixed it. Strangely. Like I would miss the song, just the sound of an error, like the sound of your wrong password.
It just repeats over and over.
That's not
Yeah.
your password. You need your Square Enix password. Wait a
Yeah.
second. No, you need your Square Enix's password.
Yeah.
Like, what
Make
the
sure you get
hell?
your best friend's password too.
Yeah, I think the most confusing part of it is I think they call it member password, but that's
Yeah.
actually just like it's supposed to be like the user on your computer's password.
Mhm.
Just in case multiple people use that computer.
Oh my gosh.
So it's extremely confusing.
I think you can turn that off though, where
You can.
it only goes to you. You only need your Square Enix password to get in. So
Mm.
I have mine memorized, so I don't have to worry about it for right now. But if I ever lose my memory, I'm screwed.
Yeah.
Well, this is
Tim,
Mr. I play FF11 on the daily, so.
I still can't navigate that dang site.
it's funny.
But,
I think Tim and Ross, you have to give your answer.
Uh, I'm I'm conflicted because part of me wants to say like one of the games from 1 through 6. I want to say one. Start where it started. Start where it started. But then there's the other side of me that's kind of like I think if you can find like a middle ground with graphics, because a lot of people are going to look at those old graphics and be like, man, this game is old. That's what makes me want to kind of recommend either 8 or 9. 9, I think, is going to be the one I'm going to go to the most, and have them play those. Um, I just feel like if you play 7 Remake, Rebirth, 16, 15, I feel like once you've played those, and I could be completely wrong, it might be harder for you to actually go back and play the old games. Because I know some people that have played them and they've been like, "Oh yeah, I played 7 Remake. I went and tried to play the Final Fantasy 7, the original. I can't play it. It looks terrible." And so that's kind of why I think if you play the older versions, maybe from PlayStation 1 and before you get into the PS2 versions and on, you know, you may be able to appreciate it more, and then you can go on to the ones that have the updated graphics and stuff like that. But I don't know. I think one ultimately everyone should start with one, but
I guess it really depends on a person's like depends on who I'm talking to. Like, do we know what like the person's age, like their prior experiences with games or anything? Like, it's like I don't know, like if it were just like a general recommendation, like we don't know anything about this person.
Yeah,
Um,
just a general answer.
I
Like if
I know
somebody
that
just came up to you in public and was like, "I just played The Quiet Man and I loved it. So I heard Square Enix also makes Final Fantasy. Which one should I play?"
I know that like I know that like people say that 15, like people who started with 15 wind up really liking it. I would almost just throw them right into 15 because it's modern enough to where it's like I think it captures like the essence of Final Fantasy, like in terms of like just like larger than lifeness. Um, although I would love to be
Art.
like, hey, play 9 or hey, play 14 or hey, play 3 or 5 or 1. Um, I don't know. I think 15 because like even like Hajime Tabata is like um it's a game for like newcomers and veterans of the series. So like I would say that. I would go with 15.
I think it's a good answer. 15 is a game with a lot of heart. So it definitely has that Final Fantasy warmth, like you were mentioning. Tim, you got to go back and play that one too. Again.
Tim's ignoring you.
me,
It's okay.
Yeah, Tim.
I I do. I need to because I played the original version before they, updated
Oh,
it. So, um, I'll play it on PC when I get to it in my stream stuff. So, but I wanted to go back through it for a long time.
Royal Edition is a good game. I gave it like an
Yeah.
8.5.
Okay.
Original version,
The
I gave a 7, probably.
See, I didn't hate the original. I didn't really love it either. Like I had an okay time. I think I think one thing that really hurt 15 for me is having seen the trailers and all the stuff from Versus 13 and
Yeah.
what it could have been, and then what we ended up getting as the original product of it. And even having things like trailers that didn't make sense, where there were scenes in trailers that weren't in the game. Things like that were I think, kind of threw me off about the game. I do want to play through it again, though. I platinumed it on PS4, so uh, I'll probably 100% it on PC when I get there. So
Do you remember the man, what was that event called? Just that big event they did where they announced like the release date and stuff for 15, and they put out like the new demo. You remember that?
oh,
And
talking about
Sakaguchi came
episode.
out on stage and talked a little bit.
Are you talking about episode Duske or Duska or
No,
whatever it's
it was
called?
the platinum demo release.
Oh,
But that's when they announced the release date and like the collector's edition and stuff. Brandon and
okay.
I watched that event together actually,
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and we were like hitting refresh on like all of our devices, collectors.
Yep, trying to get a collector's edition that I couldn't get.
I
Yeah,
remember the original trailer, or not trailer, but the original demo that they came out with was met with a lot of backlash too. And then they had the second demo that came out, and I thought it was a lot better. I enjoyed the demo, but yeah, I don't remember that.
I forgot what the event's called, but it was really cool though. I mean, they had like Sakaguchi come on stage, which was a huge deal because he had like just fallen out of good graces with Square for a long time,
Oh,
and
Uncovered Final Fantasy 15.
yeah, that's it.
Mm.
And Tabata actually like consulted with Sakaguchi a lot during the development process of 15, which was pretty cool. But yeah, I think that's a good recommendation. Russ. I don't think there's a wrong recommendation except for FF11.
Yeah. Don't recommend that as a first time gamer friend. At least give him 14 if you're gonna do an MMO at first.
I think
Yeah,
14 would actually be a good option. It is an MMO, but I mean, you get so many callbacks to all the Final
Mm-hmm.
Fantasy games. Kind of makes you want to go and say, "Oh, well, this is awesome!" Like Battle on the Big Bridge. Like, "Oh, this is
Mm-hmm.
cool." Oh yeah, it's from FF5. Well, I gotta go play 5 now because I want to check that out.
hmm,
It's
So
true.
I do think that, but since it's an MMO, some people might not be as inclined to play that as their first Final Fantasy.
I
yeah,
know a lot of people whose only FF that they've played is 14, and it's just really fascinating to me that like that's a thing.
There were
Like
people
they
in my old raid group that they had never played and that had no desire to play any other FF game. I also know people in Final Fantasy 11 who only play Final Fantasy 11 and they've never played another Final Fantasy game, and I'm just like, what? How did you
yeah. That's
how did you find your way here? Like, I just don't understand that. Like,
the quiet man.
Yeah, it was the quiet man led him there.
quiet, man.
Oh,
the final
Dude, you gotta
Felicia.
stop because you're about to kill me with that again. I
you
keep
should
thinking it's right.
you should get a
You're gonna have a
17th
dream about the.
person. Gotta get a 17th person at the marathon just to play the quiet man.
Is that
Yeah,
even is that even
That's the
playable
bonus
now?
game.
I have no idea.
and I don't think so. I mean, we could. I know Death Stranding 2 is coming out
Oh
soon.
yeah.
We should call this episode Death Stranding
Yeah,
2.
Death Strand. There you go.
We could have something like, if you donate to like this cause or whatever, like if you get to a certain point, we'll reveal this amazing bonus game we're gonna play.
quiet man.
Quiet man.
And we're just
Oh,
gonna,
it's
You can beat the game in
available.
like an hour and a
it's
half.
available. We're
I
I
need-
have a physical copy of it actually somewhere.
If I can find it, I'll probably get it just for the hell of it.
Oh no.
Like if it's not too expensive, like if it's more than $5, I'm saying to hell with it. I don't want it.
It's 15 on Steam.
Yeah, it
Gotta go on
can.
sale.
Yeah, I'm
man.
definitely not getting it.
Definitely.
Did
Oh,
anybody
man.
play any of the? Did anybody play any like demos from anything that was announced over the, or was even showcased at any of the events?
I did not.
No.
I haven't had
'Cause
time.
I played like 5 minutes of Baby Steps demo, and yeah, it's goofy as hell.
Yeah.
And I did Rataton. I didn't want to play it because so I play a lot of games, but anything with roguelikes or roguelike elements to it, I hate them. I hate them with a burning passion. Um they can die and they can perma die for all I care. Um but yeah, I played Rataton and I was like, this is okay. Like it's the spiritual successor to Patapon. That's the only reason I played it is because it's like that. And it's really cute.
Yeah, isn't that the musical game?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I saw a streamer playing that. It actually looked interesting.
I've never played a. Okay. Is it roguelike or roguelite?
It's both.
Both?
Yeah.
Either or? Really?
Depends on the game, but yeah.
That's confusing.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I've never played either, but my brother IJ, who comes to the marathons every year, who hates RPGs with a passion,
Still comes.
he is one of his favorite games is Rogue Legacy 2.
Oh yeah.
So he really likes those games.
Some people would argue there's like a bunch of replay value in it, which I understand, but it's literally just slamming your head against the wall over and over until you barely put a crack in it. And it's like, yeah, I got an upgrade. Well, I'm dead. Time to do it again. So I get it. I do enjoy them on occasion, but I also can understand why people would not like that.
For me,
Yeah.
it's like playing an impermanent game of Monopoly and then like getting like screwed over by it, and then having to start the game of Monopoly all over again just so I can try to win.
Oof.
I freaking hate Monopoly.
Yeah, same. It's just tiring. I don't think I've ever finished a game. I think we all just it's like let's just quit. This sucks.
So I think something important to probably talk about is the dates of the marathon this year, so we can like start talking about that a little bit more.
Yeah, and we'll have an episode dedicated straight to like the marathons and do a deep dive there too. But this year it starts on September 19th, which is a Friday. We typically start at like 6 or 7, but this time those that are playing the longer games are going to start like in the afternoon so that we have a little bit more time to finish. We've never had 100% completion before.
This is a year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hopefully.
I'd like to not have to finish the second half of 7, please.
Yeah,
I've done
That's
that
so
every time,
funny.
and it's so random. It's usually around the same spot.
Well, Brendan is playing FF7
Oh,
this year,
good.
so I think he'll finish.
Yeah, but that's the goal, is to actually complete all of them over the weekend.
Yep.
Oh, Sprocket.
We'll
Hey,
dive more into it and talk more about it probably in the next episode, maybe the two after. But I just want to,
Yep.
we are gonna have the marathon. It's a really cool event. I try and make a good host with Gabe, as we try and pass it around when we can, and capture the funny moments if possible. And we'll try and do better about capturing some of those this year. Just got to put a camera behind Roz or something, I think, and then we'll.
Exactly. I honestly, the marathon weekends are so fun. I think about it year round. I mean, I'm always thinking of ideas or plans or whatever. Um, every season after the marathon's over, I'll have a couple days where I'm just like, I don't want to. Like, I'm just so like drained. But then after that settles down, I'm like, man, what am I gonna play next year? You know. So I
You know
think the
what's crazy?
marathons are magical. What's that?
It's 100 days until the marathon.
Really?
Yeah,
On the
literally
dot?
100 days. Yeah.
Nice. We'll have to do 100 days of Final Fantasy. Remember that, Ross?
Oh yeah, we did like it was. Yeah, it was like I know we had 30 days, and then they expanded, and then it expanded and expanded.
Yeah. I don't remember if we did like 100 days, but back a long time. I think it was like around the marathon we ever had. We did like a something on our Facebook group.
Yeah, the
Um,
Warriors of Light.
yeah, where it was like 30 days of Final Fantasy, and like each day was a different topic. Like, hey, what's your favorite airship theme? What's your favorite like main character or something like that each day, and everybody would give their um, opinions. So maybe in our group we'll do something like that when it gets a little closer. Really fun. Um, we are getting close to time here, but was there anything else from the Xbox event anyone wanted to talk about before we got into Four Job Fiesta a little bit?
Um, One last thing, I did pre-register for that game Anemo, that cutesy little like
Yeah,
animal collector game.
that looked good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hoping they select me for the beta.
Is it on every platform, or is it like
It,
an Xbox and PC?
I think it's Xbox, PC, mobile. I hate that it's probably gonna have some gotcha mechanics, which I'm like, that's my only like about it.
Hmm. Okay. But yeah, I remember seeing that and be like, I would actually try that out. I looked cool.
think
Well,
think that's it for Xbox.
Persona 4 remake. But
I've never played Persona. I have nothing to say really, but I'm excited for those who love Persona. That's a big announcement.
I'm
Oh,
excited for it. But
Beast of Reincarnation, the Game Freak game.
mm,
I hope it's
Uh,
good.
I remember thinking that like the frame rate looked awful or what, but usually I'm not someone who's gonna like notice frame rates and be like, oh, that's 30 frames per second or whatever. But it just it looked off to me. Was that just my internet or what?
Oh, no, that's Game Freak for you. I hate
Okay.
to be like, hate to like dog on them, but yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Okay. 'Cause it was just surprisingly bad. The game looked cool, but the frame rate looked just pretty rough. All right, Four Drop Fiesta.
heck
yeah.
yeah.
For those who do not know what the Four Job Fiesta is, actually, Ross, do you want to explain? You're the one that got me several years back, so I think that you're perfect to explain it.
So I did my first one in like 2015, but basically what you do is you register with this website, um, and you don't have to necessarily do it with that, but like basically whenever you get to each of the crystals, you are assigned a job, just a one of the random jobs from the game. It could, and there's like different rules that you can add on to it. Like you can even do like a natural run where it's like where Bart's has to use the first job, Lena only has to use the second job, and so on and so forth. But basically, you have to beat the game with only 4 assigned jobs, and it adds like a whole other layer of depth to the game instead of just like, just picking your favorites and just because I mean, otherwise I would have been like black mage, time mage, white mage, ninja. But yeah, it's a really fun way to like, I guess, learn about other ways of playing FF5 and like, I guess, appreciating other jobs in the game.
Yeah. It's really, really fun. Whether you've played FF5 or not, totally recommend doing it. I've done it twice so far. The first time was miserable, but it was memorable. I had a knight, berserker, geomancer, dragoon, and that was really hard. I relied on the knight most of the time because I love dragoon jobs in the series a lot, and I always love the dragoon characters in the series. But FF5 dragoon just did not do it for me. I mean, until you get to Shinryu, but that was rough. That was hard. But then last year, that was the second time I did it, and I got Black Mage, Time Mage, Bard, and Dancer, and that was awesome. I had a lot of fun with that. Yeah, my Dancer was just like annihilating X Death, doing max damage with Sword Dance and Maneater. So it is great. So I haven't started this time yet, but I will pretty soon. But I think the rest of you have started already, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is my first one. I rolled a white mage my first class, which was like, awesome, I can heal. Then I get in some battles, and I'm like, oh, it's like an hour later, and I finally beat this battle and got 2 XP. Let's go. It's just like, oh, I'm just like, it was miserable. So I'm just like, I'm running from everything until I get to a boss. Like, this is terrible. Then I finally got to the shrine, and I got unlocked a red mage. I'm like, okay, cool, okay, I can kill things now. That's as far as I've made it so far, but I've watched other people do it in the past, and it always looks fun. It's just like an actual like challenge to yourself to just being like, okay, I'm just gonna grab these OP classes and just plow through this game and call it a day. So
Yeah.
it's a really cool concept, and they try and raise money for a cool cause. So yeah. Tim, you have anything to
Oh,
say
yeah.
about it?
Oh, yeah.
He's a quiet man tonight.
Yeah, he's saving
So
it all for his streaming career.
this is this is my first time doing it. I've heard about it for years. I've never fully like for some reason understood it, and so this year's my first time. I'm doing 2 playthroughs because I got assigned 4 jobs, and then I found you can, donate and change jobs. And so I'm doing a playthrough with the originally assigned jobs, which I got Monk, Mystic, Knight, Bard, and Samurai. And in my second playthrough that I'm streaming, I'm doing Blue Mage, Mystic Knight, Summoner, Samurai. So I'm playing through both those right now. But it's been a lot of fun. It's been really challenging because I feel like I always have one person who's a white mage, someone who can cure, so I can focus on actually dealing damage. And this is making me find other ways to have to cure myself. And it's a lot of fun. I've enjoyed it.
I have
Sweet.
and since I'm doing like a variant run, it's called the Sirocco run. It's an emphasis on the wind and fire crystal jobs. Not exclusively those, but um like the roles are more geared toward those specific jobs. But I have Beastmaster. I originally had Bard, but I paid to have Beastmaster, even though Bard is like it would have been nice to have. I never beat the game with Geomancer or Beastmaster, so I'm like, I'm gonna use this, and then I have Geomancer. Never beat the game with that either, and then Monk. Same with that, and then lastly, I have Chemist, and I'm kind of debating on like I haven't reached the Earth Crystal yet. I'm halfway thinking about um like using the job fair money that I've put in and getting a different job just to make it a little bit more difficult. But right now it's been kind of a kick. I mean in both good and bad. Like I just beat the Soul Cannon and it was a it was a battle of attrition the whole time. But I'm probably gonna stick with Chemist just because I've never. I mean, I've actually wait. No, I beat 5 with Chemist like the first ever playthrough, not with a Fiesta. So I might change it to something. I might change it to like Dancer. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it.
Well, you got a chemist in the mix.
Yeah, mix.
On that note, Four Job Fiesta is awesome. Try it out. If you haven't, we're going to sign off for the day. That was a fun first episode. And you will see more of us. And hopefully, we can get more of our friends in here. This is only 25% of our group. So hopefully, we can get some more special guests in the near future. Thanks everyone for watching. We will see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Take care,
So, yeah.
everyone.